lovely.
Like out Mongolian.
Is that too close? Isn't it? It's very fucking intrusive, isn't it?
It's in the ear.
It's a big ass camera.
It's new, isn't it?
Huh? Is that a tattoo?
Yeah.
That's fucking fantastic.
Isn't that cool?
I really like it. Right, cheers.
You don't like it at all?
No. So guys, Matt and I are going to start doing sort of a YouTubey thing. It's really for our members, but look, listen, I suppose it's for anyone at CrossFit's really, right? And we run over little areas, and we have pancakes while we're doing it. Look at that. We run over little conversations, little taboos, things that people might want to know, conversations people might want to have with regards to CrossFit. So while we're having our pancakes, Matt, do you want to tell everyone a little bit about you, who you are?
I'm the pancake guy.
He's the pancake guy.
I fucking love pancakes.
He fucking loves pancakes.
We've got sweet potato pancakes right here with mixed wild fruits and protein yogurt on top.
So you're a nutritionist for like food. I don't want to dislike sort of good.
Yeah, I'm a nutritionist. I'm a sports-based, performance-based nutritionist, and I've worked in the industry in the fitness industry for over 10 years, but in the CrossFit community probably 6 years. Started off working with Steve Fawcett. They're so good, aren't they? With Stevie Fawcett when we went over to the games for the first time. Lucky enough to work with Sam Briggs for 3 years. Sonny Webster. Lots of really, really cool people.
Is he a cool guy, Sonny?
Sonny's really cool.
Yeah.
Down to earth, easy going, just a lad that definitely you want to listen to the stuff about him before you make your judgments.
I think
all
he's
the
cool.
stuff,
I love the shit he does.
all the stuff that has happened with British weightlifting right now is disgusting,
Yeah, he's good.
and he doesn't deserve it.
All right. So look, what I thought I'd do, I'd do a little improv. I'm going to fire all of the diets that people use, right? I thought we'll go through them all, tell people what they are, how they work, and really then people can make their own sort of decision on where they think maybe to go. And obviously if they need more information, then Matt's the guy to come to. You can go deeper dark down a rabbit hole with this guy.
But just so we all know, I wasn't prepped for this.
You wasn't prepped for
So
this,
I
no,
don't.
not at
So
all.
there is too many diets out there.
So there's a lot of diets, but I just want to talk about a couple of different things in CrossFit and what people go with. So let's talk about the first one that everyone went for. When CrossFit first come out, everyone went zone diet, right? That was like your first go-to. So give a breakdown of the zone diet. What is the zone diet?
For me, the zone diet just makes something quite complicated to start with, a little bit more complicated. It talks about macros and in a way of putting them into certain blocks for you as an athlete, as a performance athlete, or as a normal human being, and then gives you a certain amount of regimented food to eat per block per day. Is that right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you've hit down it. So they either go like, it's either fat, protein, or carbohydrate. So they're your three things you have. Now they work on the philosophy of 40% carbohydrate, the 40-30 principle. So 40% carbohydrate, 30% protein, 30% fat, right? So, but there's some positives to it. Like people have really good results to it. It works. I'm actually, funny enough, so Gemma's doing a big exam at the moment. So we need to learn loads about the zone diet. So
She's redoing a level 3. Isn't she?
yeah, she's redoing
Which is
level
incredible,
because
level 3 is
inspiring.
fucking hard.
Yeah, it's fucking hard. So I'm doing the zone at the moment, right? I'm doing zone fucking paleo. We're going to that now. So essentially, I find it really difficult, right? But I have seen really good results in it. Like one, I think I'm hungry a lot because it's controlling portion size, right? So I'm hungry a lot, but I have seen results from it. I don't think it's great for when I'm training. I find I fatigue on it. But also I've seen some downfalls with it, right? So they will say for example, like an egg. They will go, an egg is one block. Let's say one block is an egg, but they class that as protein. But we all know that there's 2 grams of fat in each egg, but they don't class that in the measurement. So then I'm adding my fat on top. Does that make sense? So as a diet, it like 1/3 of a fucking banana is a block. So I find like, because you're well into your macros, for you, you just sort of pick shit out and it makes sense, right? But for me, I find it really hard work cooking each meal. And then I have to cook my meal individual to Gemma's meal because her blocks are different from my blocks. So you can't just go, well, there's a third of everything I've cooked, let's throw it all in. It doesn't work like that, right? So I don't think it's practical, but I have been eating like it, and I went up to 14% fat, and I've got down to 13% fat, and we've been doing it like, I don't know, that long, probably about a month.
You look in really good shape, by the way. But the thing is, where I think all diets are really good, is it is giving you a focus. Because you're very much like me.
Yeah.
You're good with what you eat. You train a lot. You work a lot, so you burn a lot of calories normally as a normal human being.
Am I being an arsehole taking this big compound middle bit? I'm going to spread it out. There's so much fucking shit on it.
But yeah, it gives people a focus. But the thing is, I think that massively what gets lost when you use this word diet, it's a Greek or Latin word for lifestyle,
Right.
right? And
I don't know.
and quote unquote. But the thing is with it is good for people to be able to focus on it. Now, are you going to get the games by doing that? No. Are you going to get on stage and be able to compete at a high level at that? No. But it's cool because it gives you a focus and it tells you what to do. Now, my problem with it is that you are a Caucasian male that probably doesn't react very well with dairy and probably is quite carbohydrate sensitive.
You actually brought me aware to dairy. I never concentrated on what it done to me until I started. I don't have dairy now, but I started having it, and I started realising my nose was getting blocked up, and like I felt swelling. Because I wasn't that acute to it, and it was only when you brought it up that I started noticing it.
90 to 95% of Caucasian males or Caucasian human beings are allergic to dairy. But also, the great thing about being from like the Mediterranean or and being of colour. Am I allowed to say that?
Okay.
PC, cool. Of colour. They're generally very susceptible to fats and not very good with carbohydrates. So where does zone bring that into the equation? And it's the same thing with everything that goes on. When people say, "Oh, yeah, I've gone low carb," okay, that's great, but how much do you work? If you went low carb for 3 weeks, 2 weeks, you would crash and you would probably lose your mind because of the amount of stress that you go through, the workload that you've got, the kids, the training that you do, things like that. And people don't put into consideration how much food you need just to sustain being a human. It's all well and good being like 10% body fat, but what does that actually mean? And like for most people haven't got the muscle mass to be able to sustain 10% body fat at the same time as being productive and happy and hormones being the right level and things like that. So you have to, in my eyes, you have to build a certain amount of muscle mass to be able to be lean year round and a performance athlete.
Like aesthetically, not going too much into aesthetically, it looks great when you're under 10%. But mate, I fucking ate all the time. You're prone to injury. Like you need that fat around your body to protect you, especially if you want to be CrossFitting hard. It's a massive thing. My nipples are really sensitive. I might be coming on.
I love this. Is this hormones, Daniel? This is what happens when you under
lactating. All right, so let's talk about. So this little bit of dairy. Let's talk about paleo. Paleo diet, I'm a massive fan of.
Yeah. Another thing, it's a good focus, and it generally takes a lot of carbohydrates out of your diet as well.
Yeah.
But it also adds in good, wholesome foods. My massive ethos is theory plus practical case study equals results. I use that all my life. And
Put that in layman's terms.
So find a theory. So you go, Mr. Paleo. Took it back from back in the day of being the paleo man.
Yeah, so what is paleo? This breakdown, it's going back to your ancestry, right? So caveman days. And Gemma always said if it doesn't run, swim, fly or grow, you don't eat it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a very good way of living life.
Yeah.
But then you go into a deeper level of, hormones now, especially in animals, that you buy cheap meat and you buy things like that, and then there's all these adverse things that you're going to put on weight because of the fact your body doesn't know how to digest it properly. Thus holding water weight, thus holding different chemical compounds within your system, whilst and when you're training, like your body is inflamed so much, especially in CrossFit. It's different. If you're a bodybuilder and you go in and you do your hypertrophy training and you go and walk on a treadmill, that's one stage. Go and do Fran, followed by, or go and give me a 3 rep max thruster, which is going to take me about 40 minutes to achieve if you've warmed up properly, if you've done it properly, and all the rest of it. And then Fran, which I don't know about your Fran time, my Fran time's 310. And
Is it really?
yeah.
That's a really good Fran time.
320 with dumbbells. It was. This is like last year. But either way, you're hitting that central nervous system. You're breaking down muscle tissue, but you're also your ligaments, joints, and tendons are all on fire.
Yep.
Yeah, and neurologically you're going to be drained. So you need to be able to.
So
learn
it's quality of produce. Is really important.
Good. Yeah, it's definitely a massive part of it. But also, I think it's learning that you don't need a protein shake after every freaking workout.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of protein.
No. I mean, when was the last time you had a protein shake?
No, not.
When was the last time you bought a scoop of protein, had it in a
So fucking weird.
It's just so
eat an egg.
especially when
I mean, eat what's straight out of a duck. Yeah, fucking eat that. That's where I go with it. But the problem with paleo, especially for someone like me, this is really good coffee. What coffee is this? This is Hit Food Kitchen, by the way, that we're eating here. This is Matt's the nutritionist for Hit Food Kitchen.
actually the managing director now.
Oh, are you really? Yeah, fucking well done.
Good promotion.
Good for you, though.
This is actually Ozone Coffee. These guys.
Sick. All right. So, but the problem with paleo is there's no portion limit. Right? They are like, eat your shit. Eat what you want as long as it's good quality. All right. So then rules of fun. If it doesn't, rules of fun. If it doesn't grow, if it doesn't run, if it doesn't fly, if it doesn't swim, you don't eat it. If there's something on a packet that you don't understand the name of, don't eat it. So I love that because I'm fucking greedy fucker. I like to be full halfway through my meal and carry on eating. Right, that's me to a T. That's why this zone diet's like freaking me out. But at the same point, you've got to be eating quality of meat. So if you're buying some little meat, you're gonna see major issues in because they're pumped full of water, they're shit quality. So it comes down to it suddenly turns out to be a really fucking expensive way of eating. It's so expensive, isn't it? Because even your veg, like the soil quality is massive for where you're buying veg. That's why Lidl can do something at one point, and then you go to your veg market, which I'm a big fan of, by the way. I always support your local business. But you go to your veggie stores, and that's really good quality, but you're paying a lot more for it.
It always, yeah, you are, but are you? Like longevity of life now, the studies that are coming out about all these chemicals and stuff that people spray on freaking vegetables and into meats, just don't have like 3 pints a week. So when you go out with your friends and enjoy yourself, try not to have those extra 3 pints. Just buy a bottle of cheap vodka instead if you want to get smashed.
Yeah, that's right. and then get pissed and have the extra 3 pints.
Done. Yeah, but at the same time, you know, I've recently found a love of alcohol again, and I love going out and enjoying myself. Went through about 2.5, 3 months when I first started working again. I was literally teetotal. After
Didn't realise he's got the job for life and just went out on a fucking trip.
But yeah, no, recently, like, and even my hangovers are getting better. But no, either way, I wouldn't supplement my life for fun, if you know what I mean.
No, fuck no. I'm
Like,
a
do you know what I mean?
big fan of
We
people.
both go to the same butcher down at Carnivore.
Oh, mate, it's
down
unbelievable.
It's just
In
absolutely
Bickley,
incredible.
Carnivore in Bickley, unbelievable, mate.
And it's good, but it also, and then if you ever have to go to a supermarket and go and buy the no frills meat because you're like out of meat and there's nothing else open, you cook it at home.
And it's better than nothing.
Oh yeah, but you eat it and you're just like, yeah.
Yeah, it tastes like shit.
It does.
You massively taste. If you go to Carnivore, right, there's two. There's larder in where's that up there? Sundridge.
I'm from Devon.
Larder from Devon. Larder in Sundridge and also Carnivore in Bickley. Best butchers. Absolutely nailed it. Serious boutique. All right, let's talk about something that you're a massive fan of. Keto. Break down keto. Explain keto.
So to live in ketosis, you need a low amount of carbohydrates in your system. Now, I never used to be a big fan of it because I never really understood it as much as I do now. But over the years, like, I said that it wasn't a very good one because you need your carbohydrates, especially as a performance athlete. You need to be able to utilise insulin and for your hormones and everything else. But I now pretty much live a ketogenic life during the day until I train, and then I have some carbs before I train, and then heavy carbs after training, and then that's about it for the rest of the day. And I literally feel completely different.
How long did it take you to find that balance, though?
Yeah, well, I've never been in ketosis because I do like ice cream and I do like.
And it's hard to train, isn't it?
Yeah, it can be until you slip around, especially for a Caucasian male.
Yeah.
But I love living more of the fats and the protein rather than the carbs throughout my day, because neurologically it keeps you more aware. I'm a big fan of fasting as well, because you add ketosis and fasting is changing the world at the moment. The science that's coming out is unflipping real. You know, with the ketosis, people in being in ketosis, it's helping cure dementia and all loads of neurological breakdown.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but it's just all these studies that have come out recently before this. But then also the things that like fasting is curing cancer, and it's been actually proven that what you put in your mouth actually does help you fucking live a lot better life.
How long do you say fast for?
So if I fast, I'll do a 20-hour fast.
Okay.
Or I'll do a 48-hour. I've done a 72 before, but anything over 48 doesn't really have any kind of benefit.
Heads up on this, chaps, as well. If you tell your wife to fast, and she has the ability to pick you up above her head, and she gets hangry, fucking choose wisely. Don't do it. Yeah. Gemma's fasted.
Didn't like it.
It was a fucking scary place to live. She was pissed off a lot. Like, she did not like it. She loves her food, that girl. She did not like it.
Yes.
I didn't enjoy fasting.
The best bit was when they first started Zone. So they whinged about the fasting idea. And then Danny decided to help Gemma out with the revision and go on to Zone. And she came and she was like, he's giving me a fucking block. He hasn't given me, he's told me it's a block. It's not. It's a quarter of a fucking banana. and it's not even the good bit.
Oh, mate.
It's not even the middle.
Shit.
You're giving the end.
Yeah. I fucking bought her I said, right, you need to have your 1 block snack. I brought her this 1 block snack, and she just looked at me and went, what the fuck is that? I was like, that's your 1 block. She went, oh, fucking what? It was it was minor. So, all right, so then that brings me on. So, like, portion control is really important.
Yeah.
Quality of food is really important. So then a lot of CrossFitters now, what they're eating is they're going Paleo zone, which to me makes brilliant sense. So you've taken on the Paleo theory, or taken on the Paleo view, but you're also doing portion control. So for me, I personally, if I fucking can get my head around the weighing and the shit, I think it's a great way to go. I think it's a really good way to go. But again, it's getting used to not being full all the time, which I find difficult. I find really difficult. But it's basically mixing the two. So now you're taking, because you can essentially do the zone diet and eat fucking donuts. Just to give you a heads up, it's not quality of food. It's like you can do the zone diet. They're your blocks. Now whether you want to.
But this brings on to veganism.
So Nicholas the Brett's going to fucking be screaming at the fucking. He's that living breathing.
And Stu.
Yeah.
But what annoys me about this, Greg's now has a vegan slice.
Right.
What does that mean? Like, vegans are meant to like not have any produce, from any mass supplier.
They've got a vegetarian sausage roll, don't they?
Yeah, vegetarian's fine, but veganism is all about like the animal's not put under any pressure. There's not all the rest of it. Like, look at what else is on the rest of the shelf. Do you know what I mean? Like, any kind of sausage.
What's your views on vegan, vegetarian? What's your views on it?
Vegetarians, my athletes I always used to put on a vegetarian diet 3-4 weeks before competing,
right,
just to help down their digestive system, and it really, really made a great impact. All my athletes would say so. Jamie Green, Elliot Simmons, before regionals, every year would go into veganism. Obviously, they've been to the games plenty of times.
Yeah.
I massively believe in vegetarianism. Veganism, I think, is a little bit OTT.
Fucking weird.
Just needs to calm down a little bit. Well, just let live and let live. Do you know what I mean?
Have you ever tried vegan cheese? Mate, it's like chewing on a rubber fucking band. Like, it tasted worse than a rubber band. Right? It
rubber
was
sponge.
fucking awful. But sorry, Nicholas Lebret, who's going to be emotionally distraught about all this.
But what I question is the fact of when you're saying about portion control,
Yeah.
which I love the idea of,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you know, Hit Kitchen or any meal prep company that you use or any kind of diet that you go into with that prep lifestyle, it's all portioned for you, and it's all like, and then you're making your lunch boxes, you've got it in your cool bag, you bring it into work and you eat it. You haven't got any other option.
No.
Whereas, you know, people who work in an office generally will have a pret outside, or they'll have a brew dog outside, or they'll have something where they can get stressed, then they look at food for a solution, and then they'll have these extra little bits here, there and everywhere, and it doesn't actually, you know, it doesn't really kind of solve anything. They haven't done anything to be able to enjoy that, and then they just take on these extra calories and then they get fat.
I think if you take it all and put it all together, it's like, look, eat good quality food, control your portions, and you know, at the end of the day, how it works is if you eat more food than calories you burn, you're going to put on weight. If that's what you want to do, great. If you want to lose weight, then you eat less calories than what you burn, right? And eat the same as what you're burning, and then you stay the same.
So this is something else that pisses me off in the market at the moment. I'm just going to answer
Am I
this
wrong?
real quickly. No, you're completely right. But if you don't understand energy balance, if you don't have a background in nutrition, in like, and I'm not talking about going on a fucking 2-day, like a day course or whatever. I'm talking about actual nutritional background where you can actually look at someone and go, right, you actually burn 2,300 calories a day, right? I'm going to put you on an energy deficit of 100 calories, and we're going to do that for 2 weeks, and we're going to monitor you, and then we take another 100 calories off and we monitor that, rather than me generalising, going, right, you're a male, you're about 5'9", 5'10". Yeah, you should be on
Like a
2,000.
BMI view,
You should be on, you should be
yeah.
on 2,500 calories, or you go on those things at David Lloyd that tell you exactly what you are. Anyway, so and then I say to you, okay, cool, I'm going to put you on 1,800 calories, and then you go, right, okay, great. You start on 1,800 calories and you freaking die.
Yeah, because
Your digestion's all over the place, your head's all over the place, you're not losing any weight, you're pissed off, and yes, calories in, calories out, energy deficit, 100%, but you need to understand what the fucking numbers are to start with, and that's what people don't understand.
Cool, man. All right, guys. Well, look, I hope it's been helpful. You've got to go and take a class. Hit Kitchen, if you want to know anything more about that. What, you got a website or?
Yeah, a little bit.
You can have a little punk, go on, mate. It's all right.
Just Google Hit Kitchen if you want to have a
Hit
look.
Kitchen, that's it. All right, if you want to know more about anything on nutrition, especially if you're a member with us, feel free to hook Matt up, come and speak
Comments
to me.
below.
Yeah, fucking comments below.
Like,
I don't know what the fuck
subscribe,
that means.
do that
I
shit.
don't know nothing about
That's what you
YouTube.
gotta say.
All right, comments below. Like, subscribe.
There you go. He's learning.
Yeah, fuck. All right, guys, peace out. Have a great day. See you later.